Okay, hi guys, welcome back to Audio Levels channel. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is going to be my end of the year, just earphones, headphones I want to talk to you about. Not so much a top 10, a best of list or anything like that. I'm going to talk about different price points, $100, $200, $500, bass head, earphones, that sort of stuff. But this is more just particularly what has struck me as good products this year. Now, as a caveat, I'm going to talk about some older stuff as well. I've got some older stuff here, so it's not just gear from this year, but it's where I would put my money if it was me that was making a purchase for these certain categories or price points that I make up in this video. For those of you that don't know, yes, I was trying to get home to see my family, but it's not going to be possible now with the emergence of Omicron and the COVID situation back home. For those that don't know, I've not seen my family in 2.5 years now. I was really looking forward to getting home for Christmas, but that's not going to be possible. So the videos are just going to continue as usual, leading up over the new year. I'm just going to throw myself into this channel a bit more because I do have some time that I'd put aside to go and see my family. It won't be possible just now, but fingers crossed it's going to be sometime next year. So, with that depressing news out the door, let's just start picking. I have earphones and headphones and all sorts of stuff lying about. I'm just going to kind of randomly grab at stuff and talk about which sort of category they fall into and why I like them. And let's start it off with these. These are the new Peacock Flight True Wireless earphones. Now these are from a company called Peacock Audio, and they come in a few different colors. They are super small, like really small for a true wireless. They have excellent sound quality, good bass, lots of clarity, and I think that for what they are, for the price, they are absolutely fantastic. These have become my running earphones now. I do a lot of running and these are absolutely banging. I still use my Sony XM4s for when I travel, but obviously I've not been traveling a lot this year due to COVID, so I've not really needed the noise cancelling functions, and these are doing the job definitely in the gym. They've got a punchy, nice, fun sound, strong connection. They connect straight out the box with my iPhone. Top pick under. I think they're under $100 or about $130 maybe. I think they're absolutely tops. Let's go cheap earphones next. What am I going to spend my money under $100? Well, you have the Tripone Melee. They were definitely good. I've got a review coming for them in the next week or so subscribe to the channel for that. Shameless plug. You also have the The Audio Legacy 2 are worth a shot at that price, but they're not the ones that are going to win it for me. The ones that win it for me this year are the Moondrop Aria. I think in terms of design, build quality and sound quality, these are absolutely phenomenal earphones. They cost about $80, and of course I'm going to leave the links to every single product in this video in the description below, so go and check that out. It will take you straight to the product pages of either Amazon or Linsol. But these are the Moondrop Arias. Absolutely fantastic earphones. Have really impressed me, and they're actually a great set of backup earphones even if you have a more expensive collection. For example, if you've got a more expensive set and you want to have something cheaper but still good quality, the Arias are an excellent pick. Next up, I would say we need to cover that sort of $300 and below range. A lot of people would talk about under $200, but for me there is only one king in that price. But I do want to talk about something else as a side note. If you do not have the power, if you do not have an external DAP or DAC or amp or something, the ones I would be going with are the C Audio Yumi. They're absolutely fantastic. But if you do have the power to drive your earphones, for me there's no better than the Tint Hi-Fi T1, and this is the Plus version, but if you get the original version, it's still excellent. Tint Hi-Fi T1 Plus, just fantastic holographic 3D sound, planar magnetic drivers, one of my favourite earphones of all time despite the price, and I can easily listen to these alongside $500 tri-bridge, you know, like the audio oracles and stuff like that. I can easily listen to these earphones. I don't care what anybody says about price versus performance and, you know, going up a tier. No, they sound incredible. Best bang for buck by far in audio, period, full stop. The other ones that you might want to consider a little bit more expensive, maybe $30 more expensive, are the 7Hz timeless. Absolutely fantastic, same planar qualities as the T1, but these come with a little bit more bass presence. I don't feel that the P1s need bass presence. I really like the way the bass sounds, and I like the overall sound of the P1. I actually prefer it to the 7Hz timeless, but the 7Hz timeless in their own regard are fantastic sounding earphones. The only real negative about it is this stupid disc design that they've gone and basically welded or glued a metal disc to the outside, and it just makes it so unergonomically friendly. They're a pain in the ass to get a fit on, but still amazing sounding earphones, sound quality off the charts. Let's go into what else have we got lying about here. Should we talk about specific types of music? Let's say you want to listen to something very flat, something very linear. Well, I think that you have two options. You have the Campfire Audio Holocene. Well, actually, you have more than two options. You have the Etymotic I would go with the E2 SR. E2, I don't really see. I've been playing about with the E2 and the ER4. Is it the ER2? ER2 and the ER4, and they're both fantastic sounding earphones. But if you want something a little bit more premium, flat sounding, very good for critical listening, the Campfire Audio Holocene definitely impressed me this year, but it's very niche. It's not something that I would pick up to listen to for pure listening pleasure, but more as a tool I would pick it up for monitoring. The other option for that sort of price point is an older earphone. It is the Fearless Audio S8P or S8Z, fantastic sounding balanced armature earphones. Now let's talk about bass. Bass head earphones. I think if you're looking under $100, you need to go and check out the Tin Hi-Fi T3 Plus. Very strong bass. I've not got them here just now. They've already been put into storage. As I say, I was preparing to leave for Christmas, but I'll maybe dig them back out of storage for future videos. Tin Hi-Fi T3 Plus covering the budget end of things. If we're going to get into a little bit more expensive, around about the $300, LZ-A7, one of the most underrated earphones of all time, period. People are sleeping on the LZ-A7, but you can tune that into a bass monster with its adjustable filters. But the two that I have settled on, runner-up, Campfire Audio Mammoth. You can see it here with the Linsol Euphrosyne cable, which I think is a stunning combination. I'll leave a link to this cable in the description below as well. It is a gorgeous looking earphone, the Mammoth. I think it sounds absolutely fantastic for bass music. Extremely powerful sounding bass, extremely powerful. I think it's only beaten out in this category by one other earphone if you're a true bass head. And I would still keep the Vegas above both of these, the Campfire Audio Vegas, which again is in one of my other houses because I can't get to it just now. That country is very difficult to get to. And I have stuff sitting in a cupboard over there, like my Sennheiser HD800s, my Focal Utopias, my 1ZRs, my Z1Rs, my Campfire Audio Vegas, a lot of stuff that I just couldn't bring in. It's very hard for me to move my collection between countries because I'm worried about getting smacked with taxes for some reason. If you try and explain bringing in 30 sets of headphones, you're going to have a problem. But the ones that I'm going to give it to, basshead earphones of the year, the evil, fantastic, powerful, yet extremely detailed. This is the Mangrid Zens Up, and this is extremely powerful bass. If you listen to bass heavy music and you're considering tri-brids, the Mangrid Zens Up are your only choice. These are above and beyond all the rest of them in terms of bass response. Sub-bass response on these is incredible, but with electric static drivers you get fantastic clarity in the highs, and that opens up the whole sound stage and makes it feel rather grand. So I'm giving that best bass head earphones of the year to Mangrid Zens Up. Next one, let's talk about best earphones around about $500. This is more for general listening, and I'm going to pull out two, and they're going to look extremely similar. We have in my hands, we have the Audio Oracle. We'll put that. The Oracle's on the left, and we have the Audio Excalibur on the right. The Audio Excalibur are my preference. The Oracle got a lot of hype when they were released. A lot of people jumped on that. I ended up listening to all of them, the Clairvoyance, the Monarch. I think the Monarch are still the best out of the four of them, but at the $500 price point, the Excaliburs with the more weight in the low end and a better mid-bass performance, I think the Excaliburs are ridiculously good, but you cannot go wrong with the Oracle either. So that's my pick, around about $500. Okay, we're running out of space now. Space these out a little bit. What else have I got? Most underrated earphones of the year. Symfonio RX10. I fell in love with these things. They are extremely large. If, for example, I grab it next to the Mindrop Arias for reference, these are monstrous, absolutely huge. So just be aware that you need to have medium or large ears to get fit with these. But in terms of soundstage, overall presentation, listening to music, I think these give it a lot of earphones a run for their money. These are insane sounding, and they have been completely overlooked by the community, as it sometimes happens. I just think I couldn't care less of the way they're tuned. I don't care. The way they sound to me is just absolutely ridiculous. It's such a good earphone, and it's criminally overlooked right now. Let's take a little step away for a second, away from earphones, and let's talk about some accessories. Let's start with tips. Now, these ear tips are the ASLA. I believe the ASLA tips, or they have another name under the middle, but these tips are super, super rubbery, and they grip the ear absolutely fantastically. They have replaced my preference for Final Audio E-Series tips. I love Final Audio E-Series tips. They're still fantastic, but the ASLAs are the tips of the ear. So if you're looking at getting a new set of earphones, ASLAs, that's the ones you want to be looking for. Other things that have impressed me this year, the Euphrosyne cable, as I talk about, it is just an absolutely gorgeous cable, and it is really, really good value. It doesn't tangle, it doesn't hold any memory. It's a little bit on the weighty side, but I like a weightier cable. And for a long time, that was my cable of the year until I received the Duno Hulk Pro, which was later superseded, and I'll talk about that in a second. But let me put the Euphrosyne cable down there, and it's about $80-ish. Now, the cable that was leading the way for me is the stunning Duno Hulk Pro. The only issue I have with this, I mean, it's such a fantastic cable, it's so well made, and it's got the interchangeable connector system on the end of it. The only issue I have with it is the price. I love using this cable, and I have it on the Kinera Balder 2 right now, which is one of the earphones that I personally listen to, and I think that is a very expensive yet very beautiful combination. You see the Balder 2 with their wood, and yeah, this cable is impressive, but it's extremely expensive. Other than that, the cable that impressed me, and that will lead me into talking about another earphone. This is off of the something Top Guy. I think it's Nicehick Top Guy. This cable blew me away when I got it, because I don't like COD cables, but this cable has been my cable of the year. I cannot stop using this. I love this cable. I think it performs so well. It's so low on memory retention. It wraps up beautifully, and it just looks and feels like a really well-made product. I love that cable so much that I spoke to Lillian from Linsol, and I was like, you need to sell this cable. You need to get a hold of this cable and sell it separate. people that watch this channel know that I'm a real stickler on cables. I really get up about accessories and cables and stuff. And I told Lillian, I was like, this is the cable, this is the cable. And sure enough, they went and stuck it on the The Audio Monarch Mark II. This is, I'm not joking, I don't know if this is coincidence that this happened or not, but I spoke to Lillian months before, and then the Monarch has this cable on it, but they went a step up and beyond on it, which I'll talk about in a second. So this cable, I wouldn't advise you buy the NiceHick Top Guy for it, but this was a cable that led to the Monarch Mark II, I believe, and the Monarch Mark II cable is available to buy separately, link in the description obviously, and that one has the interchangeable connectors. Now, the runner-up I want to talk about before we get into DAPs and stuff, the runner-up this year for my earphones of the year, surprisingly I thought it was going to be some Tribirds, but my runner-up for the earphones of the year is the Kinera Skulled. It is just a 5 balanced armature earphone. I never thought in 2021, with all the hybrids, Tribirds, planars, that this would be my earphone of the year, but it is one of the most beautiful looking earphones, and it is one of the most beautiful sounding earphones. It is just so smooth and relaxed for a balanced armature. It's got enough punch for me in the bass. Beautiful mid-range on it. One of the best mid-ranges I've ever heard coming off an earphone. This is a premium earphone that easily competes with me for the Oracles and Monarchs and beyond. I love these earphones. So that brings me to just one other earphone that I want to talk about, and that is of course the earphone of the year, the best earphone that I currently own, and that probably includes the Z1R and the EARBUDS. This is endgame earphones at a lower price than a lot of endgame earphones. This is beautifully tuned. You can go and check the full review. I'll leave a link to the full review down below. This is a work of art. This is the Audio Monarch Mark II. A lot of people were surprised when they raised the price, but it is worth it because this thing is so good. It is ridiculous. As I say, it comes with the cable that I loved so much from NiceHick, but it has a connector system which allows you to change the ports. So, I mean, this cable alone can be bought for about $89. It's worth every single penny. Best cable on the market in my mind, attached to the best earphones on the market right now. I mean, when I say best earphones, EARBUDS, Solaris 2020, 1ZRs, or is it Z1Rs, I can't remember. They're all in the same category for me. It's top of the line stuff. At that point, you're just choosing between your own personal bias and preference, so don't be ridiculous on that. But for me, this is the earphone that is king of them all right now. I still do use the Solaris 2020. It's attached to the Linsole cable here. I wouldn't recommend this Linsole cable. It's just that I'm listening to these Solaris 2020 a little bit less, so I don't have it on one of my favorite cables. I definitely still recommend the Solaris 2020. I also still use the Dorado 2020. I think they're an absolute gem. Again, I would classify the Dorado 2020 in endgame status, and I do still have the original Solaris, which I honestly don't use that often anymore, but like to pick up for a little bit soundstage every now and again. Now, this is the original Duno Hulk cable. Now, in terms of headphones, I'm not really going to give you a recommendation or anything. I'm just going to tell you what I used this year. And this year, the predominant listening for me was done on the beautiful Timsook TS1024s. These probably wouldn't be my pick. The more I listen to them, the more I think that they're worth the money, and the build quality is outrageously good. You can see how much I've been using it. Starting to get wrinkles in them. I listen to this a lot, but the thing is, I don't have my Utopias here, and I don't have my HD800s and HD820s. As I say, would I use them over the Utopias? Definitely not. I love the Utopias, best headphones I've ever heard. HD800s and stuff, I think is a good price point for 2000 ish. If you can get anything off that, sort of 1500 to 1800 on the Timsocks. They're a really good buy. Very, very pleasant to listen to and very good planar magnetic headphone. Now, let's talk about some other stuff that I've used this year. I think DAP round about $600-ish. I would go with this, which is the Shanling M6 anniversary, or M6 2021. Really, really good. Solid DAP, very clean sounding, powerful enough to drive anything. Apart from that, I would go with the Shanling, is this the M3X? That's worth a shout if you want to go a little bit cheaper. But for me, there's been two main winners, and that is, I am addicted to using the Dithonry Honey H1. I think this is the gold standard of portable amps right now, and it rivals a lot of my desktop amplifiers. This is by my side all the time. This is reference for me. This is one of the best sounding pieces of equipment I have ever owned. I will put that there while I go and grab my DAP of the year. So the DAP of the year has been on charge because I just realised I was listening to it last night and didn't charge it, but it is the iBasso DX300. It is a serious piece of kit, and I put it on charge at the start of this video, but I don't think we're going to get any juice out of it. It is just super powerful, super clean. It's a hefty guy, especially when you stick it into its case. But beautiful sound, super powerful. It's fast, it's responsive, it's fantastic piece of equipment. Extremely expensive, but I do own the Astle & Kern Can and Cube. Is it the Can? I own a couple of Astle Kern players, but I would definitely take the iBasso DX300 over it because I think you're getting similar performance for far less money. That is a killer DAP of the year. Brings me to one other source component, Hi-Fi Go Blue. Kind of changing the way that I'm listening to music. I got into Bluetooth amps last year, and that was with the M400 by UnLiveMe. This Hi-Fi Go Blue, it's small, it's powerful, it has a balanced connector, it has a volume rocker on it, and it has this thing called X-Bass and X-Space. And when you combine this with the T-Audio Monarchs, it is ridiculously good. And it changes the way that you listen to music. You just put this in your pocket, plug the earphones in, and go about your day, and your phone is not tethered to a DAP. The only thing I wish is that it had a small clip on it, that I could just clip it on the outside of my pocket, and then I could just reach down and twist that without actually going into my pocket. But my God, that is one of the pieces of gear of the year, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. That's about it, guys. I don't think there's much more I want to talk about. Actually, do you know what I do want to talk about? I'm going to bring this in. This is the best Bluetooth speaker money can buy. I've done a review on this before, and I'm going to do an updated review. I've done a written review on this, but I've not done an actual video review. A lot of people always ask me, like, what Bluetooth speaker do you recommend? And it's flat out, there is no other option than a mini rig. If you want the best sound quality possible, the best bass in a small portable form factor, the mini rig 3, it is absolutely rock solid. Like, you can actually stand on it. In my written review of this, I actually stand on top of it. It's an absolute tank. You just press the button here, and that's it, turns on. It has high gain and low gain mode. That is all it does. It has proprietary connector, and you can daisy chain them between each other. So people are looking at it and they're like, oh, it's not got the features, I can't charge my phone off it and stuff like that. If you want sound that sounds like a full bloody speaker, this is the one. This comes everywhere with me. People that know me know that I travel the entire world on motorcycles. I've done India, I've done Vietnam, I've done the entire South America. This comes with me. This is with me in hotel rooms. It's with me everywhere where I listen to my music. It is beyond good. And the reason it's so good is that it has this massive high quality diaphragm on the inside of it. It's huge. And a lot of companies try and throw in 3, 4, 5 speakers and a woofer and stuff like that. It's not the right way to go about it. If you want the cleanest sound and the best bass possible, put in the biggest speaker into your speaker system and go from there. And the mini rig does that. So if you're buying any Bluetooth speaker at any price roughly this size, if you don't buy a mini rig, you're insane. You're absolutely insane, because that is one of the best things that I've ever owned. So I think that's it for the gear of the year, guys. Let's go ahead and just talk about what I'm actually using personally on a day-to-day basis. When I get home and I listen, or what I listen to on a day. So I definitely listen to the Peacocks now because I use it when it's running. I have the Dorados as an option. I'll take the EARBUDS out. I don't listen to the Arias because why would I when I have all this other good equipment? I don't listen to the S8s. I don't listen to the Holocenes. I do listen to these because they're insane. I do sometimes listen to the Zens. I don't listen to the Excalibur or the Oracle just because I've got better stuff, like I have the Monarch 2. I don't listen to the 7Hz Timeless. I do listen to the Tin Hi-Fi P1. I do listen to the Audio Monarch. I do listen to the iFi Go Blue. The Thornbury Honey H1 is permanently by my side. It gets listened to most days. The Shanling MX3 is a no. The Shanling M6 is a no. But the iBasso DX300 is. The Kinera Balder, to be honest, as beautiful and as expensive as these are, I don't listen to them all that often. I don't listen to the Mammoth. And I listen a lot to the Kinera Skald. So I would say that in terms of most used, it would be the Audio Monarch Mark II, Kinera Skald, Symfonio RX10, and the Dorado 2020s, sort of roughly tied. I just sort of picked them up on a whim. And then the Tin Hi-Fi P1 when I want some of that plain out earphone goodness, and the Zens Up when I'm really going to have a bass session. And one thing that is going to be transferred onto most of my earphones is going to be the Asla ear tips. So we've kept it under 30 minutes, guys. It's been a hell of a year for audio. I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen in this channel in 2022. If you have enjoyed the videos this year, please go ahead and leave a like down below. Before Christmas, there's going to be another 10 reviews released. They're already filmed. Lots and lots of earphones, and me basically slamming and insulting about 90% of those brands, especially those is it a set of blonde headphones or something, are going to get demolished. But for those of you asking what I listen to myself personally, you're looking at it right there. Oh, along with the Tim Socks, which I listen to through the Thornbury Honey. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this channel. Thank you so much this year for everybody that has left a comment. I was really worried about how nasty people can be on the internet, but I've ended up with some of the best subscribers, and I love interacting with people down below. We have people helping each other out, people try to give like good advice. Like I see really good advice, knowledgeable people sharing their thoughts. There's a lot of earphones I don't own that I can't really comment on, but so many people helping each other out down in the comment section. It's really inspired me to take this channel to the next level next year. And yes, I'll be flying to the States in the next couple of days to pick up some camera equipment. So you're going to see a lot of changes on this channel in 2022, including maybe getting a little microphone action going instead of just recording off the camera. So again, thank you so much, guys. It's been a hell of a year. It's been great watching the channel grow, and here's to 2022. I wish you all the best for your family. Stay safe and enjoy the holidays.